next season. But Rich, the biggest thing is that Chelsea not being able to qualify for Europe, but still being able to attract the best of quality on the market. I think, say, it is something that is very, very commendable. Abra Chelsea from penny for your Madrid say ombe pamo Liam Ozinia. Not Chelsea fans no be brave. And Ebufono was stemming from the fact say na enyama na Chelsea for no yeno mpenyifono yeno through Todd Bowley, clearly Capital, Bedad Egbali at the top no. It was affecting how the club was operating. Because Roman Abramovich eton club na American owners for better club no. There was a certain kind of model the fans were expecting that they will see from this new management, but no who said. And you look at how so many decisions had been taken for the last 5 years. It didn't go into the interest of Chelsea, into more young players, no matter and then they would be able to sell some of them off. Deal, no amortization and all of those things became things that they were using on their respective deals and now almost sign Yama Chelsea club. No, in the long run, sign money no didn't benefit us, and so those decisions to sack Enzo Maresca, Enzo Maresca nankasa on Man City folk didn't come and all of those things became controversies. And brought Liam Rozinia, another rash decision. 5-year contract. When Timen Chamu more than even 3 months. And yes, also Yenjano Kwaina, Yankofo Bifu from Ra. Then they decided to go for Xabi Alonso. And Omokofa Xabi Alonso, no, there was one thing they had put in their statement. So Omo we self-reflection. To see what the direction of Chelsea Football Club could be. Only Chelsea Football Club no edit to Jinabia Papa. So you realized how going in for Xabi Alonso, they didn't only make him the head coach, but they made him the manager. Rich, I think that was one of the biggest decisions at this point. Chelsea through Todd Bowley, Bedad Egbali, Clearly Capital Consortium. No, this is one of the biggest decisions that they've made for Chelsea. Because Obesha, that decision to appoint Xabi Alonso is helping the Chelsea club in a very positive way. Because club are on Champions League, on Europe, on Europa League, on BBR in the European competitions there. And then I attracted the big names like Morgan Rogers.
And this Ghana.
Mebao. The point I'm trying to make is that when you have a manager like Xabi Alonso, one of the things that he will give to you and say, he will bring his assertiveness on board. And when he's being given the authority to manage transfer situations, these are the sort of results you get. I could imagine if Chelsea found Xabi Alonso in Tem and a Liverpool for your Madrid said Omopam and the slot, no, their next person in mind was to go and take Xabi Alonso. By now, maybe Xabi Alonso wouldn't have come. But Xabi Alonso's coming to Chelsea in Siciano is proving to the point that he's able to influence some of the transfer decisions. Look into some of the transfer decisions at Chelsea for Pesomoye and say, okay, move a player we are a year and influencing the transfers, being able to have conversations with those players. Morgan Rogers transfer now. Rich, it took just 48 hours to convince the player to join Chelsea.
117 million pounds.
And I get you, so it's fine. One of the things that Chelsea wants to do now is to make sure they are balancing their books. Because the debt that Chelsea went into last season, also too much. And as of now, if Chelsea decides to sign players more than 100 million pounds, they have to make sure that they will not violate the financial fair play rules. Sawatia, players like Alejandro Garnacho are on the market. And Pedro Netonso is considering a move to Tottenham Hotspur. And already Chelsea for Andre Santos for 50 million pounds, Wabra Mokofan 18 million pounds. So you realize that the approach has changed. Sikana Yedeko for Morgan Rogers, no. By the time the transfer window ends, there will be a balance on the book. I understand Sikano, but if you are spending, you also have to make sure that you are also selling. And I think that is what Chelsea is doing. But back to Xabi Alonso, Rich. Xabi Alonso, to me, is one of the best decisions that Chelsea has made because Me te say transfer no Morgan Rogers transfer no. Aside the fact say no any player needing come on within a short period of time to convince the player to join Chelsea. You also got players like Cole Palmer and Reece James. We are Chelsea players already to speak to the player
to stay,
to come and join Chelsea. Reece James, Morgan Rogers, they were in England camp at the World Cup. But Cole Palmer, no, Morgan Rogers is a relationship.
Okay.
So all of these components came together to help Chelsea to convince the player to join the club. Next season, European competition. So it tells me that the influence of Xabi Alonso is really, really high, and I think Chelsea are going to really experience a very good, transfer window with him. And so Obesha Anope Matisse John Stones
so
it's also
a free agent.
A free agent
because on this city contract now expired.
Yeah.
And he a free agent. I mean, almost on the so far, man. I don't know, Bibi Kakra
the experience.
And I mean, John Stones is not a bad player.
No, of course.
Say Chelsea Nana, a good addition. And Omo Enyano. Martin says Aston Villa to say,
they
are considering
Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea. Oh, you see, my problem Kakra, I understand.
Yeah.
Chelsea, you are doing well. Kwanya say Mufaso Yamunya maybe Muto player na obi to say you can say Andre
Santos
yeah. I mean good business.
Yeah.
And I'm so what I say. But my problem here project na mo yen. E come here say am ya na drum bia na mo ama say adwie no. Because players be on I think I feel na omo the Chelsea project na say.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden na Chelsea ton omo Makukurea mo dan kwan no ni madu ekenum ene I mean obi to say this guy Nicholas Jackson I understand.
Yeah.
Ono de sanya we kra okobanyan.
Yeah.
What I say and I feel no back to Chelsea amo say bia can wait me din aka 18 no ho but say bia Branton so e bi kra for you know e bi on person obeto so na on Chelsea dwumadie no etimi adan ato so. But in a nutshell what I want to say is say Ebasa a distracted a project now person we
it's true
because there's now do more project now we sign to
see
I the project in say college.
Look Rich, I don't dispute Asema Wokano. I don't dispute that fact. But there's a saying say new king new law. And at this point Chelsea management nakofa Xabi Alonso no. I can also assume and presume that before Xabi Alonso cast Obeji Ejumano, he gave the Chelsea management certain conditions are opesa or the year Juma or Chelsea Football Club. Ansana or crown for a pen to paper so or sign this contract. The thing is that once you have sacked Enzo Maresca, once you have sacked Liam Rosinia, and our JR to say opesa or ye new thing starting afresh to revitalize the project that you have started, you need to make sure that Kofa manager. Nasa manager ni Xabi Alonso, and you know the record that Xabi Alonso has in the Bundesliga, going one full season with Bayer Leverkusen, when lose one match crown. You need to also give that coach a certain freedom to operate. And Michel Diakoso or Chelsea Nina, what I can pick from it and say, they have given Xabi Alonso the freedom to decide what he wants to do with the playing body. Omunye interference biya. So Sawoteya. There were a number of Chelsea players about Bonte say Xabi Alonso said they are untouchable. When you begin to hear all of those things, Rich, they are not just rumors. It is a way of the manager who has come to exert his authority on the playing body and also to help the management know say so I get what you are saying, but this is a new direction for Chelsea. And on say Chelsea fans be brave now dream say if this thing does not work, what will be the next direction? And that is why it has to work.
Because Momodo na mo use no, mo use nkwada.
And
nkwada no I say emfa.
Until we now we have to change it.
Yemfa experience blend
yes.
Experience for no so aba. It seems almost so by and gradually Chelsea asha say tons and nkofo ni na no.
Yeah.
And on the main problem
no, so the selling there, Rich, you see.
So now the model be pa na Chelsea person.
No, the model still remains. Whatever the Chelsea management akano, it still remains.
Okay.
We work with them with experienced players.
Okay.
We will change the system, give more authority to Xabi Alonso Awabe.
Okay.
But we would also allow him to make the decisions because, Rich, you would also agree with me that the transfer market, entered the way I sit here 10 years ago.
Yeah.
The loyalty of players is not being entrenched in the clubs that they play for currently. It will be better about Chelsea. To say Alejandro Garnacho say Oba or Yenadri say Oba or Yenadri say Chelsea na non-compare so Oba. But about Chelsea, there has been a change in management. In this a new coach, but who said Alejandro Garnacho, you are not part of my plan, sir. He has every authority to sell the player. So a lot of the changes will happen based on what the manager wants to see the club go to in terms of direction.
Okay.
And I think that is what Chelsea is currently doing.